Whoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. In the city of the blind, whoever has one eye is Lord. Men rise from one ambition to another. First, they seek to secure themselves against attack, and then they attack others. No principality is secure without having its own forces. The nature of men is such that they find themselves obligated as much for the benefits they confer as for those they receive. The best possible fortress is not to be hated by the people. One who begins to live by rapine will always find some reason for taking the goods of others. Never in peaceful times stand idle. It is far safer to be feared than loved. There is nothing more difficult to take in hand, more perilous to conduct, or more uncertain in its success than to take the lead in the introduction of a new order of things. Men can assist fortune but never oppose her. They can weave her schemes but they cannot break them. How does one use power to do good, when wielding power requires one to do evil? Never was anything great achieved without danger. Do you laugh because you are successful, or because another one is unfortunate? To understand the nature of the people, one must be a prince, and to understand the nature of the prince, one must be of the people. Fear preserves you by a dread of punishment which never fails. Power is the pivot on which everything hinges. He who has the power is always right. The weaker is always wrong. Men are more apt to be mistaken in their generalizations than in their particular observations. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Men in general judge more with the eye than with the hand, because everyone can see, but few can feel. Everyone sees what you seem to be, but few feel what you are. If they lacked the opportunity, the strength of their spirit would have been sapped. If they had lacked ability, the opportunity would have been wasted. A sculptor will more easily extract a beautiful statue from a piece of rough marble than from one that had been badly blocked out by someone else. Just as artists who draw landscapes get down in the valley to study the mountains and go up to the mountains to look down on the valley, so one has to be a prince to get to know the character of a people, and a man of the people to know the character of a prince. There is no other way of guarding oneself against flattery than by letting men understand that they will not offend you by speaking the truth, but when everyone can tell you the truth, you lose their respect. On the whole, the best fortress you can have is in not being hated by your subjects. If they hate you, no fortress will save you. He who thinks new favors will cause great personages to forget old injuries deceives himself. He who is the cause of another's greatness is himself undone, since he must work either by address or force, each of which excites distrust in the person raised to power. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Time sweeps everything along and can bring good as well as evil, evil as well as good. If in other respects the old condition of things be continued and there be no discordance in their customs, men live peaceably with one another. Instead of praying for some new holy man to save you, learn the way to hell in order to steer clear of it yourself. Virtue gives birth to tranquility, tranquility to leisure, leisure to disorder, disorder to ruin, and similarly from ruin, order is born, from order virtue, from virtue glory and good fortune. One must be a fox in order to recognize traps and a lion to frighten off wolves. God is unwilling to do everything himself, lest he deprive us of our free will and of that portion of glory that belongs to us. A wise man ought always to follow the paths beaten by great men and to imitate those who have been supreme, so that if his ability does not equal theirs, at least it will savor of it. Therefore, my son, if you wish to please me and to bring success and honor to yourself, do right and study, because others will help you if you help yourself. And let it be noted that there is no more delicate matter to take in hand, nor more dangerous to conduct, nor more doubtful in its success than to set up as a leader in the introduction of changes. Men change their rulers willingly, hoping to better themselves, and this hope induces them to take up arms against him who rules, wherein they are deceived because they afterward find by experience they have gone from bad to worse. Prudence, therefore, consists in knowing how to distinguish degrees of disadvantage and in accepting a less evil as a good. Good individuals cannot exist without good education, and good education cannot exist without good laws. And it has always been the opinion and judgment of wise men that nothing can be so uncertain or unstable as fame or power not founded on its own strength. The skepticism of men who do not truly believe in new things unless they have actually had personal experience of them. Any man who tries to be good all the time is bound to come to ruin among the great number who are not good. It is essential that in entering a new province, you should have the goodwill of its inhabitants. Nothing consumes itself so much as generosity, because while you practice it, you're losing the wherewithal to go on practicing it. War is not so to be avoided, but it is only deferred to your disadvantage. And the usual course of affairs is that as soon as a powerful foreigner enters a country, all the subject states are drawn to him, moved by the hatred that they feel against the ruling power.